Are you Tevin Strawberry here for an appointment with Mr. Thomas?
Yes, I am.
That's me. Nice to meet you. Follow me right this way. I'll have you sit over here.
All right.
So how was the drive-in?
A little stressful. A little stressful.
It's full heavy traffic in this area.
Oh, very heavy traffic.
They always put this in the most convenient places, of course.
Oh, of course they do. That's great.
Well, before we get started, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Kevin Trauber. I'm sure you know that. I go to school at Western Kentucky. I am a biology major. I have a little boy. His name is Remy. He's about 8 months old. He's a cutie butt and a very wonderful woman.
Well, that's good to hear. Good support system.
Oh, of course. Best they can.
You need that when you have a child and school.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, so considering all of that, what brings you here?
Well, I've been a little anxious lately and kind of depressed and scared to drive. I recently got in a car accident and lost my dog, my best friend. That was a very big struggle for me. I've been very hesitant to drive. It was actually the first time I've driven in about a month. So,
Oh, wow. Well, that is a very big step for you to be able to drive after all of that time, especially for something like this. You seem very determined to be here in order to make this drive.
well, of course, I can't just keep my life on hold. I lost a good friend, but I'll recover and I'll cherish his memory. And I know he would not want me to be held back by anything.
That's very sweet. Well, before we move any further, I'm required to ask, especially in lieu of the anxiety and the depression and your situation, whether or not you've had thoughts of hurting yourself or of suicide.
No, I wouldn't say so. Been a little anxious, but no, nothing of the sorts.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. And I'm here to also remind you that any thoughts like that are normal, even if they're just temporary and you don't take them seriously. It is normal, especially in stressful situations. So if you ever have those thoughts or feel any urges to take action on those thoughts, it's important to share that information. But again, it is normal, and considering your circumstances, I don't want you to feel like you can't share that with me if you feel that way.
Of course.
Okay, so your dog passed away in this crash about a month ago, you said?
A little over a month ago, yeah.
Okay, and you're still in school
Mhm.
currently, and you're taking care of a child, and then you have a partner that helps you with all these things,
Yes,
helps you find a balance.
of course. She does her best. Been a little manic, but nothing she can handle.
Can you clarify what you mean when you say manic?
Just a little everywhere. Things just don't feel right. So
Are you referring to the relationship or
myself.
So she's feeling manic because of what you're working through currently.
Yes, and everything else.
Well, it may then be helpful to have open communication with her, to talk about these things that you're feeling and work on some have some structure in your home um, to help you guys find a balance and maintain that um, relationship that you guys
All right.
have. Okay, so I'm going to paraphrase what we've talked about so far. Um, so in lieu of your dog passing away and being in school and taking care of your child with your partner, and not until today you haven't been driving.
I've been mostly nervously riding with people.
Do you plan on continuing to drive yourself from this point?
I think it'll be baby steps, but yes, I mean I'm not too far down the road, so I figured this would be a nice little step.
Okay, so you'll be continuing to drive yourself to the appointments.
Hopefully.
Okay, all right. And then your partner is feeling what you described as manic and disorganized in lieu of where you're at currently.
Yes.
So is she feeling um, like you are not close right now, or does she feel like she has to take care of everything? I'm sorry, I'm just still a little bit confused by what you mean when you say manic exactly.
I would say she's more overwhelmed with everything because there's not too much I can do. Take the baby to the sitter, I can't go myself to work. It's a struggle for her, but she's working through just as much as I am.
Well, I want to thank you for being open and honest with me. Um, that's a very difficult thing to try to work through. Um, but I'm sure she's very excited that you drove yourself here today, or she will be when she finds out, I'm sure. And so I'm sure that would help her to feel much better. So, um, like I'm doing for you, and reassuring you that you were doing well, simply by coming here today and speaking with me. That takes a lot out of a person to do that. That would be something you could do for her as well. Reassuring her that she is also doing a good job.
Of course. Well, she's one of the reasons I'm here. She needs my help just as much as I need hers. And I need to find compromise where I'm not putting everything on her shoulders.
So
Right.
she encouraged you to go, or
Yeah, I mean, she said it would be a good idea. So, of course, I gotta listen.
well, I'm very glad that you're here. Okay, so I'd like to circle back now to your dog. Um, since his passing, how has your routine changed or become more difficult?
Well, definitely coming home from work, you expect that little fluffy tail to be wagging, and the dog trying to lick your face and just give you all the love in the world, and wants to play. That has been a big struggle. I don't have my running buddy anymore. I can take my son on walks, but it's not the same. I spent 7 years with that dog. He's been my best friend through some really tough times, high school, especially. It's been a really tough time. Just trying to get back into like this new routine, and we've talked about getting a new one, but I can't replace him that quick. That would break my heart. I personally trained him. Probably one of the best pets I've had. The day to day, I don't have to go on the walks to take him out for a poop, and that's just odd. My son doesn't have a little pupper to run around with right now. And then just having the memory of seeing him pass has been a real struggle.
If you're not ready to continue yet, we can take a pause and have a moment of silence, and you can continue whenever you're ready, if you'd like.
No. Well, I got him when he was about 6 months old. We rescued him. He was a little flea bag. Stung. Oh my gosh. And he's super skittish and nervous, and just watching him bloom from that to what he was the definition of man's best friend, but only my best friend because he hated everyone else. Yeah, I tried to bring my girlfriend over, and he nipped at her ankles, got her pretty good. But I always said it's his love bite. He'll get used to you eventually. Of course, at the time it was a little more panicky. Just just meet this person with your dog. That's not great. Great first impression. But yeah, rescuing him and seeing the home he came from, and then bringing him into a life that he has nothing but joy, and bringing so much joy into my life while doing it.
It sounds like you really haven't had the chance to reminisce and talk about him yet. And it also seems like you haven't filled the space where he used to be. Like the time that you allotted to the dog has not been replaced yet.
Well, I don't think I can ever fill that space. That'll always be, under lock and key. That special moments. But no, I don't think I've really had time to breathe about it. In the car, an accident. So no, I don't believe I have that time to collect my thoughts and feelings. So this is actually very nice to do that.
I'm very glad. It sounds like you two had a very loving relationship.
We try. No, he sleeps in my bed every night. That was That was my son before my son, my baby boy. So I don't know. I always wanted my boy to grow up and know that dog. But maybe he could have brought the same love that he showed me to him. I don't know, when the accident happened, it was just hoping, hoping nothing happened. It was touch and go for 4 hours, and then he just didn't make it. So seeing that and knowing that I was okay. That's the punishment. I'm just glad no one else was hurt.
Thank you for sharing that. I know that is something that's very hard to talk about because I'm sure it brings back memories of the whole event. And that would be scary. One, to be in an accident, and then two, to find out that you're okay and something that you're with is not okay, something that you really love. So in saying that, it sounds like though you feel somewhat responsible for what happened.
I mean, it's possible I do. I mean, I don't know who to blame. It's just something that happened, and it's not something I can take back or fix or do anything, and I know that. And so I just know I lost a good bud. It hurts to say that he's gone. Let me see into dog bed when I go. Not have my buddy to go on walks with. It's just hard to fill the space. That's all it is.
Let's take a moment to honor him in silence. Give both of us a moment to collect our thoughts. Now, we're actually almost out of time for today, but in summary, I just want to make sure that I don't forget anything important from today. So I'm gonna go back over my mental notes, and if I forgot anything, just let me know. So your dog and your longtime friend passed away in a car accident about a month ago. And even though you have a son and your partner, you still have a hard time filling that space. You still feel that loss because your dog was something that you cared about so much. You took up a great deal of your time. And you also have not been driving since the accident. until today to make it to this appointment. So I would really like to congratulate you on taking that initiative and taking that big step and coming here today, as well as driving. Um, that was a very big deal, especially after such a traumatic accident. So I hope you're proud of yourself for that and acknowledge the baby steps that you've taken today and working to get to a better place.
I appreciate it.
Would you be interested in seeing me again sometime?
Yeah, but that might be helpful.
Do you want to try for next week or the week after?
Let's try for next week. I'll have to make sure there's nothing going on, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I look forward to hearing back from you, Mr. Trauber. Yes, sir. You have a great day.
You as well.